Hello everyone and welcome back to Lux and Wine. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Caitlin and today I've got a little bit of a different video for you. I'm actually going to be talking about what I consider to be a luxury hair dryer, the Dyson, and I'm going to be comparing it to the Revlon Salon Pro hair dryer. So also today I'm drinking the Crusher again because it's still open from the last time I filmed and I need to finish it. I don't believe in wasting wine, So I purchased the Revlon Salon One Step Hair Dryer and Volumizer. This I got on sale at Ulta. I think I paid about $35 for it. It's normally, I think, $60, and there was a coupon and it was on sale with a coupon just for hair tools on top of it. So I got a pretty good deal on it. But then also Ulta ran a special in the same month. They ran a special coupon that was 20% off that worked on Dyson. So I got the Dyson Complete Air Wrap Set, which this has all of the attachments currently available. And this was $550. Seriously, luxury, very expensive. I have never spent that much on a hairdryer. But anyways, it was $550 and I used a coupon for 20% off because they ran a special coupon, because normally Ulta's coupons don't work on Dyson, but they ran a special coupon, I believe it was in August, and that coupon did apply to Dyson. So definitely, now that the hype has kind of died down on these, it's a really good opportunity if you decide that you want to take the plunge on these. I would wait if you don't have an Ulta card, and I would wait for them to run the coupon again. That does include Dyson. I would say they were probably going to do it either around a hair event, or I bet they do it around Black Friday, around Christmas time, maybe after Christmas. So you might have to wait a while, but if you're like me and you could not justify spending $550 on a hair dryer, regardless of how fancy this thing is, which I'm actually kind of angry at myself that I like this. Spoiler alert, I like it. But I'm kind of mad at myself for liking it because it's $550. And the thing about it is, it's one thing to spend $500 on something from Louis Vuitton that I can go and resell later, or something from Chanel, or something from any of the other design houses that has a good resale value. But am I really, is the Dyson an investment? It's an investment, but it is not an investment that has a return other than saving you a little bit of time. But let me get into the details of that. So for this experiment, what I did is I dried my hair straight as I normally would with the hair dryer that I've had going strong since 2006. This is the Centrix 5000. It is a professional salon hair dryer that my girl that was doing my hair back in 2006 went into the Salon Pro shop and got this for me. And I think I paid, back in 2006, this was expensive. I want to say it was about $150. That being said, it's 2019. This thing has been going strong for 13 years. So I gotta give it to it, and it dries my hair really fast. So I tested all of these out on high heat and high speed so that I could get a kind of controlled, this is the most power thing this can pull out. I don't recommend drying your hair on high heat all the time, and I really don't like doing anything on high heat myself unless I'm just in a hurry or I'm tired or, you know, whatever's going on and I gotta get it done. So this beautiful hair dryer right here, and this is also with my hair being short. This also kind of affected this experiment just a little bit because things went a lot faster than they used to when my hair was way, way long, which you guys will have, no, you won't have seen. Maybe I'll post some old pictures of when my hair used to be super, super long. I've had varying lengths of hair. This is the shortest my hair has ever been in my life. So anyways, I digress. So the Centrix 5000 professional hair dryer that I purchased in 2006 and has been going strong for 13 years dries my hair on high heat and high power in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So for the last 13 years, outside of this kind of temporary period of insanity where my hair was absolutely amazing, I had this whole mermaid thing going on and my waves came in and I was able to just kind of go without a straightener, a curling iron, or a blow dryer for like a couple of years. It was really nice, and I did still use a hairdryer occasionally, but my hair texture changed after that time, and then I had to go back to using this. So outside of that period of mermaid hair, I have been using this and this since 2006. And this is my Chi. I believe this might have been like a Chi Ultra or something. I'm not entirely sure. I know it was called a bling Chi at the time. It's got little crystals on it that say Chi, and I really like it. They're actually, I think that might be missing one on the one I just showed you. But anyways, this thing is getting kind of grody. It's got a little buildup on it. The plates are still in really good shape, but I know it's on borrowed time, and I'm very careful with it when I use it because it's 13 years old and so is this. So I know it's only a matter of time before one of them starts to fry my hair, which is why I was kind of in market for a replacement, because the worst thing that can happen is you're mid-styling your hair and one of your tools dies and or burns off your hair. Which, fun fact, I found out from a hairstylist in Oklahoma City that was doing my hair for a little bit, that even a hair dryer can actually malfunction, short out, and melt your hair. Horrifying. I don't know about you guys, but it terrified me, and that pushed me over the edge as far as I need a backup plan. So I've seen a couple people review the Dyson. I watched all the hype. I tried to pick one up about a year ago when it first came out. I can't remember exactly when it came out, but I really want to say it's been about a year or almost a year. So there was just so much hype around it. You couldn't get one, and I was like, you know, I'm just gonna wait for the hype to die down, and I'm glad that I did, because when this first came out, you had this big case, but you couldn't get all these attachments in one kit. What you could only get, like, which actually I have the other attachments. So you've got like the basic attachment, the 2 different sizes of rollers, and then you've got the 2 different brushes, and then you have the roller that's on, or the round brush. Now, the original kit, they had, you could only get 1 set of these. So one size was in one kit and one size was in the other kit. And then you couldn't get both of these brushes. So just to kind of explain the attachments to you, and I am not a beauty guru. I did originally come to YouTube to be a beauty guru many years ago, but that channel no longer exists. We don't speak about it anymore. So this is the firm smoothing brush. And then this is the soft smoothing brush. Okay, so the soft smoothing brush has got little balls on the end, and then the firm smoothing brush doesn't, but then both of them have these bristles that kind of move. I have used the smoothing brush. It's okay. It does work when I want to dry my hair straight and I'm not using this, or I've actually used it in combination. So as I've been using this for a while, I have definitely experimented with the different attachments and found that I really don't like drying my hair with one attachment with this particular hair dryer. This hair dryer to me is a substitution for several tools. I don't think it works the best if you just use this. So this has a lot of different options, whereas you can have the round brush, you can curl. Curling on my short hair has actually been pretty cool. I usually dry my hair at night, and so I haven't actually curled my hair and then left it in the curl that comes from this dryer and gone out and about. But I have curled it and then slept on it, and then the next day used that base curl to then curl it with the curling iron, which currently I'm using a T3. I really love T3. Anyway, so let me go away from this for a minute because this has got a lot of things to talk about, and go to the cheaper option, which a lot of people have, instead of opting for this, have opted for this. In all fairness, if Dyson is not attainable to you and you really just want volume and the ability to round brush your hair and nothing else, this is great. I don't understand the people that are like, I don't need anything else but this. Because truly, for me to have used this properly and not burned my scalp off, I would need to use this. Because what happens here is when you're using this, so let's say I'm using it and I'm drying my hair. So I'm drying my hair here. The air is going there. It's kind of going there. It's going down, but it's not getting my root. And the truth of the matter is, you want this to run through your hair. You can't dry your roots. Like, you could try and do this, but that's kind of weird. It's not really drying your roots. And so what I ended up happening with this is I did dry my hair with it. So remember that, just to give you an idea, my traditional styling method, which is a blow dryer and a straightener, my blow dryer dried my hair in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. This regular, well, it's a professional, but it's really basically a basic blow dryer. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And then I spent 5 minutes straightening my hair with a cheat. So pretend I only use this just to dry my hair. took 10 minutes and 20 seconds on high heat setting. It was very uncomfortable. I felt like I was yanking my hair. I also felt that the heat was so hot. It was so horribly uncomfortable. I hated the experience. And if you're like me and the experience of using something that you spent your hard-earned money on it, I don't care if it's $35, I don't care if it's $350, I want to enjoy the experience of using said product because I gave you my money. No matter how much it is, I gave you my money. I hated it. I hate. I hate it. However, that doesn't make it a bad product. That doesn't make it something that might not work for you. I think everyone has to try this. And the great thing about buying from Ulta is that they don't judge you for returning things that you've tried. They encourage you to try both and return the one you don't like. So after 10 minutes and 20 seconds, which is 2 minutes and 30 seconds longer than if I just dried my hair with my basic hair dryer and then straightened it. So this took longer and I still had damp roots, which means I really wanted to use this to dry my roots, which I didn't that day, but I kind of wish I had, because then the next morning I woke up and they were a little bit kinked because I do have kind of a natural wave to my hair. So because I have this kind of natural wave to my hair, often when I sleep on it, I'll end up with kind of a kink in the back. So either way, I'm usually gonna end up having to touch up with a straightener the next day, depending on what side I slept on, what my hair was doing, whatever. So time saver? No. Uncomfortable? Yes. I used this about 2 or 3 times to make sure that I really gave it a chance, but it was just, like I said, uncomfortable. The only thing I like about it is it really gave me good volume, but honestly, if I really work with my hair, I can get the same amount of volume, and I don't know that I want my hair to be that big when it's straight all the time, because I feel like it starts to look a little bit 90s, but not in a good way. So on high heat and high speed with the brush attachment compared to this one, remember this one took 10 minutes and 20 seconds. This one took 9 minutes and 10 seconds. So it was a little bit faster. I think part of that's because it was smaller. I can also say that the experience of drying with this was so much more pleasant to use. I didn't feel like it was burning my scalp the way that the Revlon was. I do feel like I still had a little bit of the damp roots problem here, but I did not feel like it was bad because, again, I think because it's so much smaller, I mean, if you look at the diameter of that, that's a huge difference. This, I could get a lot closer to my roots because of that. It's also lighter weight. This is a lot heavier than this. So with this attachment on, which, by the way, in case you've never used a Dyson before, I felt like an idiot when I first used this. I thought this is where the air comes out. No, that's where the air comes out. It comes out on this side. So this took 3 minutes and 6 seconds. So it took a little bit longer, it took 36 seconds longer than this. However, this is using significantly less heat. So again, if you live in a hot climate like me, you do not want to sit under a hairdryer for a long period of time. You don't want a lot of heat. Your hair is sensitive to heat. Less heat takes slightly longer, but worked really well. So I also noticed with this, in comparison with my basic hairdryer, that my hair was way less frizzy using this. I don't really know why that is, but it was less frizzy. Maybe because of the heat, I'm not entirely sure. So less frizz, not the fastest, but not the slowest by any means. I have one more hairdryer to show you that I also compared this with, which is the one that I use for traveling. So this is my travel hairdryer, and you can see it's super tiny, and it's got this little thing that I don't always use. But this is the Babyliss Pro TT, and it is an awesome travel hairdryer, and it's so tiny. The truth of the matter is, I'm not traveling with this. Never have. I'm not traveling with this. Regardless of how much I like this, no one's traveling with this. I travel with this thing. So this one dried my hair in 2 minutes and 30 seconds comfortably. This one, I do sometimes still get a little bit of a damp scalp, but for the most part, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So this little teeny tiny guy right here dried my hair in the exact same amount of time as this 13-year-old beauty right here. So I will say, if the Dyson hadn't worked out and I hadn't bought any other dryer, I would have bought the full-size version of this because I think that is incredible. If this thing can dry my hair in 2 minutes and 30 seconds, then dang, they have some good hair dryers. So if you're like, Dyson's not in my budget, neither is $150. These I think retail for between $60 and $80. Like the full size, This one I got at Bed Bath & Beyond with a coupon, and I wanna say I paid $20 or $25 for this thing. So awesome. So in the middle of all this, I did get a new straightener as well. The jury is still out on this one. So I did get the T3 straightener. So I think this one's a 1 1/4 and this one's a 1 inch. And so you'll see that this one, it's really hard to see in the video, but basically this one's thinner. I have curled my hair with both of these. I do like the curl on this one a little bit better, but I did notice that this one gives me those, like, if you squeeze it too hard and have too much hair, it'll give you like a crimp, and that's not cute, which is the only reason why I still have the box for this. I've been testing this one for a couple of weeks and I really like it, and I really like everything T3 does, but I think I might have a little bit more of a learning curve on this one. And again, this one has 5 heat settings, just like their curling irons, versus this one is on and off. That's it. So there really is no control. The day this one goes out, I'm gonna have no idea. So that's what I really like about this. And it could be that I need to adjust my heat settings. I need to work with this a little bit more and be fair to it. I got this on sale. Macy's occasionally runs a 15% off. And you know, Sephora's done their 15 and 20, and Ulta also runs coupons on these occasionally. So if you can get it for 15 or 20% off, I highly recommend trying it. Again, this is very much personal preference. It's really about whether or not, if you want stick straight hair, the Chi is a little bit cheaper. I haven't tried a newer Chi. This Chi is 13 years old, but I've heard conflicting things. Some people say Chis are still awesome. Some people say that Chi snag your hair. It just depends. I haven't tried a new one, so I can't tell you. I just know that my 13-year-old beauty is still going strong. Okay, so if I dried my hair with the Dyson using the basic attachment, it took 3 minutes and 6 seconds to dry, and then this took me 3 minutes and 24 seconds to straighten. So the two of those together were 6 minutes and 30 seconds, which is a whole minute faster than styling my hair with my old Chi and the original hair dryer. So I did find that that actually was faster. So I think part of that is because the Dyson isn't blowing my hair around as much. I don't have as much frizz, and I really only straighten to control frizz and to do a little bit in the back where I get my kinks to get that out, but my hair is not naturally really curly, so I'm not having to like straighten every single piece of hair. I'm only having to go over like the ends, make them turn under just a little bit and things like that, because I also have a section of my hair back here that likes to go wicking, which is really great sound, I know. So then finally, just to see if maybe I was missing something crazy with the Dyson, I tried the Dyson with the flat brush. So I did not like the firm brush. I felt like it was just yanking my hair out of my head. So I started using this one. I tried it for a little bit and then I let it go. So I switched to this one. So again, right now I'm really using multiple attachments, but I tried just using this to give it the same comparison that I gave to the Revlon and to the round brush and to the regular head. And drying my hair just with this took 8 minutes. And it was a little bit more comfortable because I could just do it like this, which means that there was no heat coming out of this side. So there's no heat going towards my head. It's all going away. And I did really like that, especially on those really hot days where it was over 100 degrees. And the last thing I want to use is a hair dryer, but I've got to, because otherwise I look like a crazy person. So this took 8 minutes and I just was able to kind of take it section by section. I sectioned off my hair just as if I was curling it to use this. So when I'm drying my hair with this, I'm drying it just the way it is now, not sectioned off. Anything else with the round brushes, with this, I would section my hair off like into 3 sections. So I would take this section up and then this section up and then my back section up and then start with the lower layer and dry that first. So that's how I was using the Dyson, the Revlon, anything with the brushes, that's how I do it. But with a basic hair dryer, with a regular hair dryer like these two, I don't section it off, I just dry it. And that's what the dry time was. Fully dried hair from regular or section if you're using something like this. So again, this took 8 minutes. Oh yeah, so the Cool Blast on this doesn't work for whatever reason. So that was kind of a weird thing. So regardless, even if I had decided that I liked this and was gonna keep it, I would have had to have gotten it replaced for the fact that the Cool Blast isn't actually cool. Like if I think it did kind of work if I started on cool and the heating element was never turned on, but once the heating element was turned on, I couldn't turn it off again without turning it off and waiting. So it just really doesn't work. And that's the other thing I really like about the Dyson. The Dyson has a little cool blast button right there that whenever you're styling with it, you want to use the cool blast button to set the style. It's so easy to use and again, really lightweight. So again, if you're curious and the Dyson isn't in your budget and you really need to round brush for whatever reason, try this. Because like I said, if you don't like it, worst case scenario, you buy it, don't like it, and you gotta take an extra trip to the store and return it. So if you're really just looking for a good hair dryer that's really inexpensive, I highly recommend Babyliss. So I really think that they really do a good job. I love my travel hair dryer. And if I were to replace this, instead of actually replacing this with another Centrix 5000, as fancy and awesome as this has been, and having an extra long cable because it's a salon hair dryer is kind of cool, but I really don't need it. I would just get another one of these in a full size. Although honestly, the little one does a really good job. I mean, it dried my hair faster than this one, but it is a little bit more difficult when you're working with a little hair dryer, getting targeted areas. So I would still invest in a full size version of this if I was gonna replace this with a regular hair dryer and not the Dyson. But at the end of the day, all in all, I'm keeping a $350 hair dryer. Like I said, I'm not really gonna get super in depth on sound and all that kind of stuff. I'm not a beauty guru. I'm just somebody that reviews and likes luxury products. And to me, even though I normally wouldn't cross into the beauty community too much, this is luxury. It's over $500 for a hair dryer. That's luxury to me. So again, I do really like this. This is kind of cool, although I haven't figured out where I'm gonna store this yet. And also, my understanding is this is for like your countertop to set it on. If it were to get hot, I guess, I don't know. These attachments don't really get hot. Now these do. The wider one is definitely more of a wave. This one is a straight up curl. So let's hope I don't completely screw up my hair. Oh, I gotta plug it in first. And then you gotta plug things in. That's how they work. Y'all wanna see some wizardry? Look at that wizardry. What? Okay, I really thought it was a dramatization for television. It's not. Grabs your hair. It's crazy. I probably didn't use a thin enough piece. It's probably gonna be a bad example. I'm not a beauty guru. Leave me alone. Full blast back. Hang on. Full blast. Why isn't that hot? Okay, well that looks kind of funny, but either way, you could totally do something with that. So just saying, it's really cool. And I actually, when I have curled my hair with this, I really like it. It's kind of vintage, like it gives me kind of like back in the day when everybody used to curl their hair with pin curls. I mean, I wasn't alive during that time. I mean, I curled my hair with pin curls when I was younger just for fun. But you know, we had sponge rollers and stuff growing up. But I'm talking like way back, like let's talk like Little Women and then like jumping forward to the 40s and the 50s, Marilyn Monroe's era. Like that is the kind of vibe that if you have short hair and you use this to curl, you're gonna end up with kind of that curl around the bottom. Really cool. I think it can look a really, really natural. And so I think it's a very different look. I do not think that this replaces a curling iron. So don't go into this thinking this is gonna replace everything and I can throw away all my hair tools ever. No, no. If you have this, you still need this because you're not traveling with this and that. If you have this, you also still need a curling iron. And you may still need a straightener to get those kinks out that you just can't get out any other way. You can, with this, get out kinks in your hair using the brush. But at the end of the day, if you wake up in the morning, you've got 2 minutes to get out the door, this is slower, this is faster. You can just, you know, out the door. So that was my breakdown of the Dyson versus the Revlon, and also comparing the Dyson to a regular hair dryer and a travel hair dryer. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you'd like to see more things like this, maybe I could compare some luxury items to their cheaper alternatives. I could definitely do a comparison of wear and tear and quality of bags over the years with Louis Vuitton. Anyways, if you have any requests for any other things that are luxury, completely overpriced. I can tell you I'm not into trying Louboutin nail polishes or something like that. Just if you would like to see me review something that's kind of silly expensive, but it needs to be returnable. So if it's not like that, you know, definitely leave any ideas in the comments down below. As always, make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.